And of course, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, Jason over your Signature Esports. A pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge on Signature Esports with the Kickin Assphalt Truck Series every Sunday night. Right here on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. The drivers are out there qualifying. We're going to see what kind of laps you're going to be able to put down. Right now, Joe Francis fast in the field at the moment as they turn out some qualifying laps. Darlington's going to be the racetrack for the drivers this week. And I believe the eighth race of the week, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see how they're going to be able to turn 80 laps, try to keep it off the wall in this egg-shaped oval here. 1.36 miles in length as we take a look at the race info on your screen. 80 laps is what's going to run. 73% or 73 degrees is the air temperature, so it's going to go from sunset into nighttime. And it's going to be a ton of fun. 75 degrees is the track temperature at qualifying. That shouldn't change too much between now and the rest of it. Big old thank you to the sponsors for the Kickin Assphalt Truck Series, Reaper Speedlab, Team 126 Racing, Blues Diecast, Buttkicker. Of course, feel what you're missing with Buttkicker. YRD Designs, U-Haul Moving and Storage, and Ayers iRacing Paints. If you should go and do so, make sure you give us a like and follow on all of the videos. Give it a thumbs up there and hit the subscribe and notification bell on YouTube. Give us a like and follow on Facebook if you don't mind. And, of course, go follow us on Twitch. I follow everybody who follows me on Twitch just to be able to keep up with what is going on. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And this is just absolutely thrilling to see these drivers get out here and be able to push themselves to the limit. Back at the race information, let's pull that back up real quick. Look at that shape. Turn 1 and turn 2 are the widest on the track, and 3 and 4 are very much you've got an angle into 3 from the backstretch. It doesn't feel like that whenever you're driving it, but I will tell you that it is. It's like feels like you're driving into the wall. You got to brake at a certain point and then let the truck carry almost into the high line all the way around. You don't want to hit the flats of the track, because if you do, it will turn into a bad day. That's for darn sure. You'll lose a lot of ground and you'll lose a lot of speed, and chances are you might end up finding the wall coming up on the top. So we will see more about these drivers here in just a little bit. They're going to finish up qualifying here in about 22 seconds, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Let's go and take a look and see what these drivers are doing in the league as well. As far as points go, there they are, pulling up their seasons. I'm going to view the season right now. Gavin Hibbs is going to be he's going to be tied with Joe Francis. Those two drivers tied with 2:03. Both of their average starts are 7th. Both of their average finishes are 5th, and they both have 2 wins. So Gavin Hibbs and Joe Francis tied for the lead right now in the series. And lo and behold, Joe Francis is going to be your pole sitter here. Let's take a look at the starting grid right there on your screen. Joe Francis, Keith Hackney, that's going to be 1 and 2 for the drivers here. Holt Johnston and Chris Webb, they're going to be there on the inside, or they're in row 2. There it is. Let's go back and we'll take a look. There's the starting grid. There they are. Big old long look. There's the Darlington, South Carolina pose right there at the start finish line. Holt Johnston, Chris Webb, the number 31 truck is going to be there outside row number 2. Dustin Hall and Richard Likawa out there. And Likawa out there, let me get that almost correctly. And the number 6, he's going to start 6th. Anthony Crown over the 88 there in 7th. Dave King in the 21, he's going to be there in 8th. John Hammond, the number 42. The Nice Motorsports driver is going to be there in row number 5 and 9th. GT is going to be there in that 22. He's going to be outside row number 5. Marshall Layton, the 24, with James Cato driving a Bommarito Chevy. He's going to be there in that 12th spot. And no doubt you're going to try to take their time. Gavin Hibbs is going to start from 13th. He's going to be trying to track down Joe Francis, who's out front right there. Freddie Durstack in that 7th spot. Kevin Dampier in the 02. He's going to be there in 15th. And Rob Cunningham there, number 44, outside row number 8. And Bradley Brandon's going to bring up the tail end of the field. That number 18 is going to start 17th. I hope you're having a fantastic day out there. Please, by all means, chat it up, shout it out. We want to see what you're doing. We want to hear what you're doing. Hopefully, my overlay updates itself. Looks like the number 18, who's in 17th, is kind of dropped below. That's a little weird. I don't know what's going on with it. Darlington, South Carolina, 110 miles, so roughly just short of that. But I kind of rounded it up there a little bit, so we're going to be able to see that. Seeing on the bottom of the screen right there, I do have the pit stops kind of calculated. I will adjust that very shortly to try to get that a little bit lower so you folks can see it. So anybody sitting on pit road, as things start to progress, we'll make sure that we throw that up on the screen for you. Darlington is always a great racetrack, and I really enjoy driving Darlington in iRacing because it feels like it's true to form. Not all tracks kind of feel that way, especially this week. We're driving Talladega. Of course, Talladega rained out today. They're gonna be driving that NASCAR tomorrow. So if you get to tune into that, make sure you go and watch that race. But this week just seems like it doesn't feel true to form. But Darlington does, because you do have to manage your line, manage your tires, manage your fuel strategy, and 1.36 miles is going to be absolutely insane. Getting a phone call there. Waiting for the green flag from Barney. And they're going to get it right about, green flag waves. Darlington, 80 laps now to be completed. 33.82. Trying to find that single file motion as fast as they can. 33 loose already. Down to the bottom is going to save it. Keith Hackney is going to go ahead and take that lead, as we're going to see Chris Webb hold on to second here. Half-second difference between the two drivers. Some of the drivers getting free. Looks like Joe was just trying to get himself an early I'm going to go to the back. That's all he was doing. Back to 11th he goes. So he's going to get back up into the mix here as they start to rock and roll. Keith Hackney out front, 0.6 of a second over Chris Webb. Chris Webb there in second. Try to carry through, utilizing a good turn here as they come around halfway onto the backstretch. And the bowing backstretch is what that's called. That thing does bow. It bows directly into turn 3. As now you're going to see the 31 carry all the way to where you're going to see James Cato, who is right here on the backstretch. He's going to be a lap down. He had to jump to pits, so something was going on there. So we'll see what he does to be able to get himself back. Maybe thinking that he might get a free pass here. Might see what he's going to be able to do. 82, 31, 26. Holt Johnston is carrying that number 62 behind the 26th of Dustin Hall, GMS driver. Up into the wall. He's going to have to hold on to it. Does so. Is able to clear himself there as he lets the number 6 go around. So Holt Johnston out, slowed way down there just a little bit, but he gets into turn 1. He's going to be back into the throttle, back into speed. Anthony Crownover takes over 5th. So Johnston back to 6th right now as Gavin Hibbs moves from 13th to 7th, right behind the number 62 Chevy to the front. Chris Webb right now. Just saw a lead change happen past Keith Hackney there. I wonder if Keith got into the wall there just a little bit because Chris Webb is in the lead. He ran his best lap just a few laps ago. Dustin Hall just ran the fastest lap of the race. The number 26 carrying a 29.23 over the 29.40s of the rest of the field. 26 on a march to the front as the Leona Chevy Silverado tries to track down the 82 and the 31. The 82's recovered very well here and is definitely trying to work his way back into it. It looks like he did get a little bit of right side there. You see it as they're going to come down to the backstretch here. You see it right there. A little bit of right side. Darlington stripe for the lady in black, so she's going to give her, he gets right back into the wall there just a little bit. Trying to make sure you keep it as clean as possible. You can utilize the wall just a little bit, but the more that you damage that right side, the more that tire is going to wear out, and it's going to be very difficult to get around this track. 1, 2, 3 sits about a second above the field. And the battle still heating up here. The 82 trying to find a way around the 31. 31 able to carry into the backstretch very nicely. nice and smooth. We'll take a look at this camera. This is one of the spotter cameras that I really like here. 3 and 4, very sharp. Looks like the 26 trying to work his way around to the 82. He's going to utilize a more lower line as you see the front stretch here. Across the line, Chris Webb still leading. 88 of Crown over. Well, he is 3.2 seconds off the number 6 truck. He's got Gavin Hibbs right behind him at number 32, trying to carry forward, having a decent day. That's the Pro Rev Esports of Anthony Crown over the number 88 truck, trying to get himself into the mix. Gavin Hibbs right behind him, right all over his tail. Holt Johnston recovering just a little bit. Here's number 62. Everybody's getting a little bit of a wall scrape as they continue to move around. The 21 of Dave King, right where he started, driving for the Penske team. It's going to have Joe Francis, the pole sitter, there to the inside. Joe recovering from that early looseness, and he's got some work to do. 4.96 seconds out over the field. A little bit free is the 62 in front of him. It looked like Dave King got into the wall just a little bit back there, so he's going to be down on speed just a touch. John Hammond, the number 42, side by side with the 18. Here's the battle going on right here as the 18, that Toyota, trying to make it stick. A little bit loose off the corner is the number 42. Looks like he got a little bit of right side damage as well. Little Darlington stripe himself. And he's going to try to hold on to the wall there, free to the inside. Hammond tries to hold on to it. He's going to let a few drivers go by and get himself back up on the racetrack. As right now, we're looking at some clean trucks and some striped trucks. 22 of GT right here has a little bit of right side damage. And I'm going to say that about a lot of the trucks as we go forward. 11 of 80 as GT carries onto the front stretch and gets his lap 11 completed, or lap 10 completed, completing lap 11 as he is now. 10 seconds off the pack, 11 seconds off the pack right now. Marshall Layton just kind of biding his time. Mr. Layton, guy who hired me to do this job, having a decent day. He's still in 12th, just one spot off where he started. But I think at this point, it's all about keeping that truck as clean as you can, and green flag pit stops will come into play somewhere around the 45 to 50 lap 50 mark. So we'll see when they decide to come in and who's going to be holding on to what they have. Keith Hackney trying to battle to the outside of the 26. 31 of Webb falls back to 4th and missed the lead change there. Keith Hackney trying to continue his leading ways. He works himself back to the front. He started second. And after the early spin out from Joe Francis, he's able to get himself back. He fell back a couple of spots after a little wall tap, and then now he's back into the lead. The 26 of Dustin Hall trying to take that GMS Leuna number 26 Chevy Silverado right there to the back bumper. The 6th, though, he's worked his way up 3 spots. He started 6th. He's in 3rd right now, still carrying very nicely in that wonderful-looking truck. Good old Chevy. Toyota out front. Chevy's all the way to 5th. Gavin Hibbs working his way around the 88, trying to keep himself off of the wall. They're going to battle side by side. Crown over there. Hibbs to the outside. Joe Francis, some of the fastest drivers out there. Well, they're rolling. And right now, Gavin Hibbs back to 7th. He was up a few spots. He was up to 5th now. Anthony Crown over Pro Rev Esports 88, carrying Joe Francis around. Now Gavin gets a little bit of the stripes there. 88. Driving that Slim Jim Menards kind of throwback paint scheme here. And Joe Francis right behind him off 5. The pole sitter back to 6 now. Having to regroup and recover. Here's the gyro cam from the number 33. Feather into the throttle. Exit's going to be quite nice right about here into the full, the throttle really full. Now, this is part of the front stretch. This is one of the spots that are just almost straight into the corner, and just a little lift and then feathering the throttle almost 3/4 halfway as you see him drive around the racetrack backstretch and braking right about here to the Coca-Cola sign, coming around, trying to work his way, keep himself right there next to the dotted line. Anything below that dotted line, well, that's a no-fly zone according to the Boeing standard. Good run from the 33, trying to carry himself back forward. Rob Cunningham is going to be the first truck one lap down as the number 44 drives the Rich Marr Chevy Silverado. He is right there with the top six, it does look like. There's Marshall, I'm sorry. So right there with Marshall Layton. So Marshall trying to carry forward, have a decent race. He's going to be there to the inside of the 44 braking zone, working nicely for him as he tries to clear. A little skipping there, folks. Apologies about that. Sometimes I can't control what iRacing decides it wants to do at that particular moment. But there is the 24 across the front stripe. 18 laps in as Dustin Hall continues to move forward. Layton 15.6 seconds off of the race leader. About half the track distance between the two. And early on with the checkups that they had, that really did turn into kind of a hard-pressed change. Stacy, thank you for giving us a like out there. Appreciate you very much on Facebook. You're amazing. Always good to see everybody out there tuning in and giving us a follow, give us a like on all that stuff. Darlington Raceway as Keith Hackney falls 1.3 seconds off of the pack. I missed the lead change there. But, you know, these things do happen. It's like Cato's starting to pass a couple of drivers. There's the number 3 truck getting around Marshall Layton for 12th, so he's going to be setting 12th right where he started. Dropping gears. You can sit there and you can drop the gear and get yourself around the racetrack in turn 3 and 4, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be making moves. Here's a battle going on here for 4th and 5th. Joe Francis able to put the moves on the 88 there, so now the 88 is going to be right behind him. All Hackney, Michaela, and Michaela out there. Francis, Crown over, Hibbs, Webb, Johnston, King, Parkey's out there. Brandon, Cato, Hammond, Leighton, Durstock, Dampier, and Cunningham. Dampier is going to be your lucky dog if we were to have one at the particular moment. He's got the 62. He's right there in front of the 8th place driver, Holt Johnston. Holt Johnston driving the Toyota very nicely. Oh, the 02 up into the wall right there. Gonna kind of hold it there. 02 trying to go around. 21's going to be there as well. So the 21's going to try to, that's Dave King. He's trying to get to the back bumper of the 62 of Holt Johnston. Going to utilize that little bit of slow traffic to be able to get himself there. Down to the apron. Try to wheel it into turn 1 and turn 2. Try to get himself on the backstretch. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what these drivers are going to be doing as the temperatures kind of settle in. 1.5 seconds. Dustin Hall out front to the 2nd place driver of Hackney. Rich at the number 6. Well, he is having a phenomenal day. Look at that driver. They're enjoying it. 23 of 80. I encourage each and every one of you. Six a little bit into the wall right there. 2.5 seconds. Dustin Hall holding on to it. Biggest mover of the race. Well, we've got 2 of them so far before the end of the race. The 18 started 18th, and he is all the way up to 11th at the moment. Marshall in on pit road right now. Take a look at the bottom side of your racetrack. And they're getting some stuff fixed as these drivers continue to move around. iRacing.com for all of your driving pleasure. Get yourself out there and get yourself a subscription. Whoa, the 02 and the 18 into each other a little bit right there. 02 trying to keep himself off the racetrack just a little bit. He's going to have Cato trying to go around. There's a little bit free there, so Layton coming off pit road. He's going to be a couple of laps down at the moment. 3 laps, I do believe, is what it's going to be. So Cunningham coming to pit road at the moment. That'll be the drivers holding on to it. The timing tower. Cunningham taking pit stop. He comes down to pit road. You're going to see all of the time getting in and off pit road right there on the bottom of your screen. I will get that fixed next time by, or in the next race. Well, before the next race, so that way we can get some things worked out. Durstock going to go a lap down. Now, I do want to show this truck, Chaos and Kindness truck. Watched him in practice. One of my favorite trucks I've been able to see. And whatever cause that is, it's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous truck. So if that's for a cause, I want to know it, because that's pretty awesome. Dustin Hall, 3.3 seconds over Hackney. His last lap time, 31.33. Joe Francis, best in the field right now. This lap by 31.11. His last time by, trying to get himself around the number 6 and work his way back to the front. He is there to the inside of the 6. Battle for fourth. Third and fourth right now is Francis not able to clear the 6. He's going to try to pull a cry. 6 is going to be way too low. This is going to be on the front stretch here, or on the back stretch here. The 6 trying to defend his position, but just a little bit too far inside on that line. It's going to allow Joe Francis to carry the bottom lane. 6 up next to the wall. Good speed for the 6. Good speed for the 33. 33 is going to clear here. Up and into turn 1. Able to wheel that thing in there, and I mean wheel it. Francis's last lap, 31.95, so losing some ground to Dustin Hall, who ran a 31.26, but he is still trying to make it work. Richard coming around. He's going to allow the 88 there as well. Maybe a little bit off his line at the moment. 88 high. The battle for fourth is not over. There's Richard trying to make that stick. He was up to third. 88 Crown over, trying to work his way inside the top 3 as well. Hackney right there with the 2. The 2 of Durstock, first truck 1 lap down as the Toyota tries to go to the inside. The 2 trying to keep it off the wall. 82-33 into turn number 1. I'm sorry, turn 3. Now they're turn 4 right here. Front stretch for them. Got a different. I'm using a different camera, so. Please. There it is. Turn 1. Up next to the wall. So close to the wall, into the corner. We're gonna do the gyro cam with him. You see that right side damage can play a factor here. Hackney closing the distance. He's gotten some better laps out of the last couple of laps, especially with Francis on his tail. He's able to push the boundaries just a little bit. Chevy, Chevy, top 5. Hall, Hackney, Francis, Crown over, Likewa. He's going to come to pit road. The 6 truck in on pit road a little bit early. 32 of 80. Francis holding on to second now. He's trying to work his way back to the front and able to get around the 82. And now the 33 making a move as they're all rolling. Francis trying to track down Hall, work his way back to the front. That's where the race is at the moment. Tell me how your day is going out there. Folks want to hear about it, want to hear what you guys are doing. And who do you have picked for the race tomorrow once it finishes up? 26 trying to carry. There is Richard in on pit road right now. The number 6 truck, he's going to be leaving pit road, so he'll be a lap down. And it's pretty easy to go 2 laps down here under green flag conditions. You know, watch the 6 leave pit road here. Got to get himself back up on the flat of the track. And he was really close to going to 2 laps down. There is the 18 right behind him, 18 and 11. So he's about 7 seconds different between the race leader and the 6 truck here. So the 6 truck trying to hold on to it into the clutch. I think the 26 trying to hold on to some stuff here. Maybe save some fuel. 31.65 his last time by. 31.29, 0.4 of a second gained over Dustin Hall. Let's take a look at the last 5 lap times. Bottom of your screen. 31, just a little bit better for Hall, but Joe Francis eating away at the lap times. 30, 32, 33, and 34. We'll see as he comes into turn number 3 what they're going to be looking like as they move forward. Sounds like he is clutching it hard. Maybe saving as much as he can. 35 of 80. Darlington so far caution free. And this looked to be a nice track on 31.564. Another 18 100ths of a second being gained off of Joe Francis last time by. Within 3 seconds is Joe Francis, and we're going to take a look and see what kind of driving this driver is doing here. You hear the clutch in. Joe Francis close it in on the 26, but here's the 26. It looks like he does look like he is saving fuel and running fast lap times at the same time. Turn one into the clutch, letting off the clutch, allowing himself to get back into the throttle whenever he needs to. Off the wall just a little bit there, able to keep it clean. Into the clutch early. This is his driving style here. Dustin Hall, 2.36 seconds, the difference out of the corner. Able to carry very well. Just gets awfully quiet into the corner. You hear it right there. And now he's able to do it again. So he's saving a little bit here. Now he's going to try to step back on the gas. That does look like that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to be back into the throttle here and rolling through the gears. Joe Francis in second, 3.2. That's the difference when you're saving fuel and then you're having the drive off. Now the 33 of Joe Francis 3 seconds back, and that is growing just a little bit. Crown over in on pit road. Everybody trying to come to pit road. 82 of Hackney in on pit road as well. The bottom of your screen, you're seeing all the drivers hit pit road and where their positions are gonna swap whenever it comes to it. Cato is out there. Caution's going to come out. Now, these drivers, if they just have the drive-through and they don't hit their pit stops, then they'll be back out in position. So we will see what's going to happen. First caution happens, and that is where it's going to be. Get rid of that real quick. This does look like they're going to go ahead and take their pit stops. Here's what happened. 32 of GT. I think he was trying to come to pit road here. Oh. Brakes hard. He gets stuck in the wall. And I'm not sure how that looks. Here's the... Stop that right here. We'll see what happens whenever he gets into pit road. Here's the cockpit view. Trying to brake. Downshifted. Oh, when he downshifted, it got him loose, and you know that's not what he meant to do. He was trying to get in there. Let's one more time. This is what happened. He's like, I'm coming to pit road. Gets down. Downshifts. When he downshifts, it gets him loose, and then he's trying to save it here, and it ends up coming up on track, and he tries to hold on to it there, folks. Blows the engine, and that's what it is. So Dustin Hall is going to be in on pit road. And we'll see what kind of times it's going to take them to get in and off pit road here. Dustin Hall hitting his pit stop. Came in with 36 seconds, sorry, and he's going to take a full pit stop. So it'll be right around 14. So in and off pit road, he's going to be the 26, trying to keep the lead here. And his total pit time will be roughly about 50 seconds, 52.72 seconds. Joe Francis might be just kind of biding his time here. Durstock will come around. He'll be in second. Freddie should have been your lucky dog, so that might be exactly what that is. Bradley Brandon coming off pit road. His total pit stop time, 53.40. So Durstock is yet to come to pit road, so that more than likely will be your lucky dog. He was your lucky dog. I'm getting that right there. Alrighty. So he's going to be in on pit road, the number 2 truck. Still dig that truck. John Hammond in 4th. Some free pass things going. 42 of 80, only 1 caution so far, and that was absolutely insane. Right now, 62 looking for a free pass. That'll be Holt Johnston there. Hackney will be the first truck 1 lap down. And he was on pit road whenever all of that stuff happened. So the 6th truck will be there as well. Johnston looking to get a free pass. Hibbs getting a free pass. Cronover getting a free pass as well. All those drivers came out in front of Dustin Hall when it came to pit road. Michael Martin giving us a big old let's go Hammond out there. He's working on it, that's for darn sure. Up to third. Biggest mover of the race, though, the number 18, Bradley Brandon. He is in second right now, 16 spots, started 18th. And Hammond up 6th. Dustin Hall up 4, started 5th. Joe coming back to pit road here. Looking like he might need to do a little bit of work here. Durstock off of pit road. He will restart somewhere at the tail end of the field. 5th or 6th, I do believe. So somewhere in that regard. So he's going to come around and reassume the lead, or reassume the tail end of the field. And we have 8 cars that will be on the lead lap. Lags are going to be off on the pace truck this time by. It'll be the 26, 18, 42, 82. 82. First truck 1 lap down at the moment. Joe Francis sitting on pit road, trying to work his way back around. He'll have to reassume his position here as they continue to move around the track. Brian, thanks for the like. Stacy, thank you for becoming a follower. You're amazing. Much love and appreciation to you. Brian, thank you for the like as always. Killing it out there, my friend. (26, 18, 42, 82). Looking for a green flag here. I know that Joe's trying to catch up to the field here. Maybe some things will have to be fixed here. 33 is going to stay back here 2.2 seconds behind the field. 26 gets the green. He's going to take it. 26, 18. The 82 is going to be there looking for a free pass here. He is battling for the lucky dog position. Keith Hackney right there behind the 18. Super fast early on. Hopefully he's going to be able to find his way around and get himself into the mix as well. And there is the 42 of John Hammond back here, the third place driver right there behind the 18. Dustin Hall trying to continue his winning ways here, 44 of 80. Short track racing. This is technically not necessarily a short track, but it kind of is. You can find yourself a lap or two down pretty easily here at Darlington. The track too tough to tame. Has been pretty decent here for these drivers. To tell you what, 1.5 seconds the difference between the 26 and the 18. The 82 looking to try to work his way around and get himself back on the lead lap. Rich in on pit road, the number 6 truck. Something might have happened there. I wanted to go and look. Here's what happened to the number 6. Has the 88 there. Gavin Hibbs, up into the number 6 truck. The 2 into the 88, the 2 down low, 6 into the wall. No caution for that. That's pretty insane that didn't bring out a caution. That happened on lap 43. And right now we're on 46, so they're going to be sitting on pit road. The 88 of Anthony Crownover able to salvage that there. Gavin Hibbs as well. Gavin tried to get into the corner. Just got a little tappity tap right there, but that's all good. A little right rear damage. Didn't look like his nose is that bad. Holt Johnston in front of him. Gavin trying to finish in front of Joe Francis here to take the lead in points, but it's so close now that I don't know. It might be anybody's ball game. Anthony Crownover, 193, needs 10 more spots or 10 more points to be able to tie the 203. But right now, looking like his third place in points is kind of where it's going to be. Holt Johnston, 183. 10 points separate first, second, and third positions, but technically there's a tie, so it'll be first, third, and fourth. James Cato right now, the number 3 truck, has 181. He holds on to 5th in the standings for the drivers. And right now, 3.8 seconds is the difference between Bradley Brandon and the race leader. But Joe Francis, 5 seconds. He started back here a little bit, had to get through a little bit of traffic. He's already worked himself to third. Joe trying to move himself back out there where he needs to be, right where he wants to be. His last lap a little bit slower, about half a second over Dustin Hall. But, I'm sorry, about 1/10 of a second. Bradley Brandon about a half-second difference as we see the 31 and the 18. There's the 31 of Webb, who was 3 laps down. The 18 and the 33 trying to battle for position here. 33 is going to take the high line. and use the inside, almost an inside maneuver, putting himself a little bit more speed onto the back stretch, or onto the front stretch. Yeah, no, that is the back stretch. I was looking at the wrong marker here, folks. 33 gets around the 18, slide job pulled nicely into turn 3 and 4, but the 18 not giving up. He's going to be right there to the back bumper of the 33, and it's clear onto the front stretch, 51 of 80. A lot of work for Joe Francis to do to try to put himself out over as the leader in points here. 2 wins already this season. Joe Francis trying to make it third, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. 5.87 seconds. And Dustin Hall with the fastest lap on the racetrack, and last time by fastest on the racetrack with a 29.66. This time a 29.80 for that driver. 1 and 2 looking up really nicely for him. And here's a look at where everything's going to be. 5.8 seconds to Joe Francis is about the exit of turn number 2. You see it right there. It's 33 tries to work his way around some lap traffic here. Chris Webb of the 31, who is in 9th, still a top 10 night. Marshall Layton able to work himself around. He's going to be 3 laps down, but he's in 10th, so a top 10 night for him. Keith Hackney still trying to work his way around the race leader. Needs a little bit of help. His last lap, a 30 flat. He's able to muster on. He would be your lucky dog if anything were to happen between now and the end of the race. If they get another caution, he'll get that lap back and no doubt going to take some tires and try to work himself all the way to the front. Joe Francis is right behind him though and trying to track him down. Francis 5.4 seconds the difference, gaining 0.2 on that last lap. Dustin Hall running a 30.01 as 54 of 80 brings us only 1 caution. Joe Francis 4.6 seconds in gaining. Bradley Brandon, the number 18 in third, solid 7 seconds behind the leader right now, and John Hammond trying to close some of that distance down as well. His last lap just a touch faster than Bradley Brandon. Gavin Hibbs running a 31.07, but 0.6 of a second slower than Bradley Brandon for third, but it does look like Hibbs is solid in 5th. Holt Johnston, 30.61 his last time by. Gavin Hibbs, his last time by, actually just pulled a 30.25. So he's gaining a little bit on the 42 and the 18. Top 5 night for John Hammond so far. 10.3 seconds. Oscar Jensen having to jump to pit road a little bit ago, and he left pit road. So something going on there. There is the number 4 truck. He's I think he's just now getting out there. Something must have happened to him because he's just now getting out there running the racetrack, trying to complete some laps. 25 laps to go. The Reaper Speedlab, 25 to go. Rich, the number 6, jump in the pits. Something happened there. Let's see what happened there with that driver. 6 truck. Oof. I think something gave way. Something gave away on his truck. I heard it there. 26, 33, 18, 42, 32. That'll be the top 5. Joe Francis, 4.8 seconds, 24 laps to go. Trying to pull anything out of his hat to gain any kind of speed. Lap times, bottom of your screen, last 5 for you. Francis better on 53, 54, and 57. Hall better on 55 and 56, and I think this time by you're going to see Dustin Hall trying to slam the door shut. Joe Francis right behind him, trying to get around the 0-2 here. Dampier is going to be 4 laps down at the moment. Bradley Brandon gaining just a little bit on lap 56. And even more on lap 58. Joe Francis runs one of his slowest laps. Something had to have happened there. Maybe he was just trying to get around some of that lap traffic. That might have been what was going on there. So that's what that's looking like. There's John Hammond trying to go around the 2 truck here of Durstock. 32 of Gavin Hibbs trying to, 42 into the 2. 42 trying to clear the 2. They just get a little bit of tap there And now John Hammond up and near the wall. Man, oh man, you hate to see it. There's the 32 going around the 02 here. Hammond still in fifth, has Holt Johnston 3.5 seconds behind him, so still a top 5 night for him. If he can hold on to 21 laps to go, the 02 right there as well. Here's a look at that one more time. So the 32 is right there, and the 42 kind of drifts up just a little bit into the 2, but it looks more like quite possibly a little bit of net code there. Quite could have happened there. There it is, back to it. Hammond carrying 18 seconds over Hall, so he is still holding that 2.7, so he's got 2.7 between he and Old Johnston behind him. Dustin Hall, 6.5 seconds over Joe Francis. Joe Francis, his last lap just a touch slower. And I think this has everything to do with the drive line of the race line. The 26 using the clutch early on to be able to give himself a decent lead, and then caution comes out during pit stops, green flag pit stops, and kind of disrupts the field a little bit there. Keith Hackney started in second. He's in 8th. He's the first truck 1 lap down. He's trying to catch up to Anthony Crownover, who is about 14.9 seconds ahead of him. And that would put them almost on the same lap. Dustin Hall trying to go around that driver in I would say, give it about 6 or 7 more laps, you might see that happening. Last lap for Hall, 30.7. Joe Francis, 30.8. And I actually can show you that. You can take a look at the last times up there. See who is fastest on the screen right now. 17 laps to go. The 02 of Dampier. Bringing up some room for the 26. Backstretch, super important to get the drive into the corner just right, because it makes your exit that much more smooth as you're seeing the 26 carry around the racetrack. And he's got, looks like Marshall Layton in front of him, the number 24. He has worked himself a nice top 10 cut tonight. Has the 2 of Durstock in front of him. Durstock in 13th. Some lap down trucks trying to work their way around. 26 going to go around. 24 is going to be there as well. Little Darlington stripe for the 24. Top 10 night for him. 1508 on the I rating. Dustin Hall, 3,300 on the I rating. Joe Francis, 37.24 for the driver there. Last of the field in second, still trying to work himself around. Going to gain a little bit of time on the last couple of laps. We'll go back to the distance between the drivers. There's 5.3 seconds the difference, 15 laps to go. A lot of time to be made up in a very short period of time. Not impossible, but it definitely is going to be something he's going to be looking at. It is difficult, but not impossible. Hammond in on pit road this time by 42. Coming in to get himself some fuel strategy here. 82 is going to go around, so he'll take that spot away and keep himself in 7th. Dustin Hall came in on 40 during the caution. And right now carrying decent drive off at the moment. Cunningham in on pit road as well. Does look like he is running 44. Is going to be 8 laps down this time. Bynes Dustin Hall carries 13 to go here. Big special thank you again, Reaper Speedlab, Team 126 Racing, Blues Diecast, Buttkicker, YRD Designs, U-Haul Moving and Storage, and Ayers iRacing Paints. Go find every one of them on Facebook. Give them a like and follow for me. I would appreciate each and every one of you doing so, because you are amazing, and these sponsors definitely need some big old shout-outs. Hall, Francis, Brandon. It's going to be the top 3. Dustin Hall, all but controlling and dictating the race. Started 5th. And has pretty well done what he needed to do. John Hammond coming back to pit road this time by. He's going to be almost 3 laps down. So he is in that Nice Motorsports driver. back in on pit road. Chris Webb on the same lap will come around, and I do believe he's going to quite possibly take this lap away from him or take that position away from him. So John Hammond looking to finish inside the top 10. He's got a few drivers to contend with. Marshall Layton still out there. Might get himself a 9th place kind of night. Dustin Hall, 11 laps to go. Still out front, 5.8 seconds. Joe Francis having the class of the field right there behind the 24. Up next to the wall. Gets into the wall just a little bit there. I think Marshall got into the wall just a little bit there as well. But Joe holding on 6.5 seconds the difference. Hammond back out on the track. He is working it. So he's going to be holding on to 9th place at the moment. 10 laps to go. And the drive off right now, 7.9 seconds. Joe has some right side damage now as we carry the 33's line. 9 laps to go. Has 18 seconds between Bradley Brandon and Dustin Hall. As you see the 18 getting into the corner here, right behind the 31. But Gavin Hibbs very close by. Here's the story for you. Can he finish in 3rd? Because Gavin Hibbs has closed the distance. Johnston to 5th. Gavin Hibbs in 4th. 0.8 of a second. There's Jensen in the Ford truck out there in the field. Oscar Jensen trying to get some laps turned in. 56 laps down. Kane 21 laps down. JT and Cato, those guys are going to be out. The 6 trucker is out as well. But the 32 of Hibbs, 0.7 of a second, 8 laps to go. Dustin Hall, 8.2 seconds almost, 8.15 coming across the stripe here as he carries the lead. 7 laps to go now. Joe Francis trying to do everything in his power to wheel that truck just a little bit more. Bradley Brandon, the number 18, has been comfortable in 3rd. There's the 2 there to the outside of the 32 again. As right now, Gavin Hibbs trying to get that extra. He needs that point. That 1 point between 2nd and 3rd is enough to keep him in 2nd place, but he's going to need that extra point moving forward. Every position is a point. Every position counts, and right now he's trying to hold on and close the distance to the number 18 truck as his last lap of the 32.04 bested the 32.38 of Bradley Brandon, the number 18. Right side damage aplenty for all the trucks. Dustin Hall, turn 3 and turn 4, trying to make it interesting. Marshall Layton, he is there in 10th. 4 laps down, but he is solid. That should be exactly where he finishes. Bradley Brandon, Gavin Hibbs close the distance there for a moment. 21 seconds off of the race leader. 5 laps to go. The 4 truck patiently biding his time around these drivers as they try to compete here. Dustin Hall has a little bit of lap traffic. The number 62 of Holt Johnston looking to go a lap down here. He's going to give up that lane, and he will go a lap down from 5th. 21 seconds. 22 seconds to Bradley Brandon and Hibbs in the battle for those 2 drivers. Hibbs to the inside of the 18. 18's going to run the higher line. It's going to be the preferred line coming around as the front stretch gets very busy for these 2 drivers. 18's going to be able to clear here and hold on to that 4 laps to go. As Gavin needs to find his way into the corner. He's going to run up high on the line. Dustin Hall out front, 8.5 seconds over Joe Francis. The battle for 3rd between these 2 right here. And this is an exciting battle kind of unfolding. Does Gavin have enough? He is real close to that wall. Know that he will. Bradley Brandon, 3 laps to go. Dustin Hall making it to the backstretch already. Turn 3 and turn 4, very busy for him. He's going to come around. He's going to try to complete this, make it 2 laps to go here. Darlington has been pretty eventful and pretty caution-free. Only 1 caution for the drivers. And this is a driver's course, the 2, having to keep it off the wall there. Joe Mama says SSMS. 26 high, 2 down low, trying to make sure that he keeps on to it. 26 coming around to take the white flag here. Crown over a lap down. He takes over 5th from Hackney. Bradley Brandon and Gavin Hibbs still battling it out there. And right there is 4 more turns for him onto the backstretch. The 26 has had the day. Gavin Hibbs and Bradley Brandon. Gavin Hibbs gets to the outside of him. So that is going to be them completing that last lap here. But Dustin Hall coming around 3 and 4 to the front stretch. Has a magnificent drive off. Able to navigate traffic and winning it here at the Lady in Black. Joe Francis finishes in 2nd. And Gavin Hibbs coming around, takes a last lap pass to work himself into that 3rd place position and does so quite nicely on the tail end of the field. 32. Oh, man. 32 finishes in 4th. Something happened there. 18 finishes in 3rd. I don't know what happened there. Dustin Hall, did he run out of gas? There's no way he ran out of gas. He came in on 38. I'm not sure. Bradley Brandon finishes in 3rd. And the 26 is going to come down, and I don't know what happened there. Don't know. 26 finishes there, and Bradley Brandon will finish in 3rd. 18's going to burn it down with Dustin Hall. Chevy wins it. 2 Chevys out front, and then Bradley Brandon and a Toyota. First Toyota in the field. Oscar Jensen, the only Ford. As you see the 26 celebrating there on the front stretch. Oh, he ran out. I wondered. I mean, he was hauling took us. He took it over, and I was like, he ran out of fuel. Strictly Stock Motorsports, thank you for the comment out there. Appreciate you letting me know. All righty, let's kind of jump into everything. Let's see what we can do. Gavin was there. He was there. He ran out of fuel. Let's see. Big special thank you to all the drivers. Let's pull up our race results here, brought to you by, of course, all the folks over here at Kickin Assphalt Truck Series. Dustin Hall, Joe Francis, Bradley, Brandon, Gavin Hibbs, Anthony Crownover. That's going to be your top 5. Hackney, Holt Johnston, John Hammond, Chris Webb, Marshall Layton, all 3 your top 10. Dampier, Durstock, Cunningham. Richard finishes in that number 14 spot. Dave King and GT, they're 15, 16. James Cato in 17. Oscar getting out there running a few laps, having some fun. He finishes there in 18th. Man, what a good race. That was a fun race. I enjoyed that. Let's bring in Joe Francis. We'll talk to Joe real quick. Joe finished 2nd. We'll talk to him. Joe, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
My man, you sat there on the pole. You were trying to catch him. You worked yourself through some pit, through the traffic there. I saw that you came to pit road twice. Was that intentionally to put yourself there to the back, or what? Kind of walk me through your race and what the strategy was there towards the end?
You see, we were so close on fuel that I figured maybe topping off would give me a little bit of advantage, and you have to save a little bit of fuel towards the end. But I didn't bank on starting behind all the lap cars, which kind of held me up for a little bit. So that allowed Dustin to get away, and he could save fuel. But his truck was pretty fast, even on the long run, because that's where I was banking to be faster. So I think it would have been a pretty good race, but I think he still had a little bit of advantage.
You were loose early on. That kind of put you there at the back, worked you. I think you went back to 10th. I think is the where I saw you.
Especially on the initial restart. I can't really blame the lap cars, because everything that held me up was probably just my own fault. Because spinning, getting real loose on the initial start. I mean, I had the pole, so I had the best spot possible, but took myself out, fell back to 10th. Then I ran out of fuel under that caution, because I was saving fuel to try to make it just a little bit further, but I had to go 1 lap further than I wanted to, and top it off again, starting in the back, which when I think about it, I probably didn't really need to do. So it put me behind lap cars. So I put myself at a disadvantage, but Dustin played the game good, and he had a good win.
Now, it does give you the points lead in the series, so that's only going to benefit you as well. I think this was a great racetrack for you. I was happy to see it only have one caution, especially because you never know kind of how Darlington goes. It's a great racetrack, especially for the trucks, and for you, it gives you that extra opportunity to say, hey, I need that extra point.
Oh yeah, this is where I was cutting my teeth when I first got on iRacing, because Darlington was like week 2 or the second week I was raced when I got my C license, so I ran 15 races or so.
Well,
of course, that's when I was fresh, so I was really eager to do it.
Hey, you know what? I like it. I actually like this racetrack. I've got a long run set up that I lend out to a few folks here and there, and they like it too. So the long run is always the key. Sometimes you don't get that. But Joe,
that's what.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the keys with the setup too, is because me and my friends had one setup and it felt really stable, but I chose a different one because it felt really good. It was kind of loose initially, obviously. It was loose initially, but it just felt so good through 3 and 4 that I could wrap that bottom, and it just felt so good in that corner that I don't think I could have passed it up.
3 and 4, the tightest corner on the racetrack. Congratulations, Joe, on a P2 finish here, and of course, your time to shine. Give you shout outs out there. Much appreciation to you for jumping up here.
Yeah, just shout out to the rest of the team. That's Strictly Stock: Jesse, GT, Cato, Gavin, Richard, Chris, Holt, Bryson, Zeshawn. We got a lot of guys. So all those guys, they can make a great competition and good practice together. And to the guys putting on this league and the rest of the guys who raced with tonight, because Dustin, I think Dustin probably had the best truck all night anyway. And to you for broadcasting.
Oh, I
still do a good job.
I try to do what I can. You guys are pretty wicked out there, and it was always good to see it. Next week, where are we at next week? I had that pulled up.
Coda, I believe.
Yeah, Circuit of the Americas. Are you ready to turn some rights?
Sure.
Whatever's asked of you.
I've done some races there, so I feel confident, depending on the setup. But I feel good enough about Coda.
I like Coda. I think it's better for the trucks than any other racetrack.
No, I kind of like the Mosport or the Canadian Tire racetrack, but Coda's still fun.
Oh, for sure. I like them. I like them both, but it's about time we get some extra stuff in here. All right, my man. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week, and enjoy the rest of your week. I know you guys got some other series that you guys run.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Joe Francis finishes in second and has a hell of a day doing it. I tell you what a drive off for him, and a guy holding off there at the end as well. Got fortunate to finish third, but you held on to third for a long time. Bradley Brandon driving that Toyota. Brad, tell me about your race. It was fun. It was energetic. And there towards the end, I was like, man, this is going to be there was a battle for third that was going to happen. You were holding off Gavin for a long time. And then right there at the end, he runs out of gas and you get your spot right back.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We got lucky on the that first caution. We were trying to run as long as we could, and we ended up restarting second because of all that with the wave rounds. But yeah, at the end, I was telling my teammate Anthony Crown over. I was like, man, it's gonna be close with Gavin. And then we were both pushing. I think he got in the wall a few times as well. I got in the wall quite a bit, and then that ended up allowing him to get past me. And then I was trying to chase him, and I got in the wall again. I was like, crap. But I saw him coming out of 4. I was like, oh, he's slowing down. He's out of fuel. So I just darted to the bottom and knew I could beat him there if he had no fuel. And it ended up working out for us for our best finish this year.
But he slowed down like a sack of potatoes. That's for darn sure. But my man, you had a great race, and you did. You restarted second. Everybody had wall contact. Hey, wasn't a driver out there, I don't think, that didn't have some kind of brush of the wall to get themselves a Darlington stripe. But setup was good. You were able to get yourself there. Caution right in the middle of the race, so that kind of worked out for a lot of folks. But Darlington's a finicky thing. It can go really well. It could go. It can kind of go off charts, but congratulations to P3. We've got Coda next week, Circuit of the Americas there, the Texas track. What do you think is going to happen there, and what kind of race do you plan on running as well?
I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of contact and incidents there. It's a very tough technical track, especially in stock cars. Um, so I guess we'll see how it goes. We're pretty decent on the road course, at least at Coda. So hopefully we get another solid top 5, maybe a top 10. It'll definitely help us in the points. That'd be pretty much our goal.
Well, I tell you what, I do, of course, wish you the best of luck. I look forward to seeing you guys there next week. And I was actually just taking a look and seeing where you were 18th in points. This is definitely going to give you a good boost and give you a good top 3 finish. Congratulations once again. And I look forward to seeing you next week and give you shout outs out there. It's your time to shine.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to shout out my sponsors, srdsetups.com. They got the best setups out there. Martin Sports, they definitely got the best gloves out there. And Pro Rev Esports with Connor Hazel designs for the trucks. They're top notch. Unfortunately, I don't get to use them on the Toyota just yet, but it's on my Chevy. But thanks to everyone.
Absolutely, my man. Well, congratulations. And like I said, next week, look forward to seeing what you do with that 18.
Awesome. Thank you.
You too. Bradley Brandon comes home third and does so in style. And last but not least, the guy who dominated here from pretty much the word go twice. Dustin Hall wins it here. And Dustin, tell me about your day. You had a truck that was on fire. We were watching you for a little while, how you were saving fuel, clutching into the corners, getting yourself out there. And once you knew you were good, it seems like you sent it. And then the caution comes out in the middle of the race and you're still able to dominate from there. Just walk us through this incredible race for you because it was insane.
Yeah, I knew the truck was good short run. I didn't know how it was going to be long run. I'd built a setup that was, like Joe was explaining, just really, really unhappy loose for a couple laps. So I was really nervous about the stability of this setup that Dave King sent me literally minutes before the race. I put a couple laps on it in practice, and it felt really secure. In fact, the thing drove itself. And for the most part, throughout the entire run, a complete fuel run, it never changed how it handled. I've never had a car, truck, anything at Darlington that drove like that the characteristics didn't change. As long as I didn't overdrive it, it would just fly. I mean, I just drive it like it was, like I was just cruising, Sunday night drive, right? And be surprised by the lap times. The thing just moved. It was a lot of fun.
Being out front as well, being able to get into that repetition on these longer runs. Only one caution today. That really kind of sets the tone too. You're able to get in there and just, you know where your point is, you know where it's going to happen. Whenever you're seeing lap traffic come up, you know how to approach that. Repetition seems like, especially at tracks like Darlington and Bristol and these tracks where the banks and corner entry seems to be the most important. It seemed like this is the track that kind of worked in your favor there as well.
Definitely. And you touched on the fuel saving earlier. I was out front and I was just flying. I didn't even look at fuel mileage until you guys probably saw me start saving and dropping about a half a second a lap. But I started saving there just to make it to 40. If they had it gone green, we could have made it. I'd had to save again in the second run, but I wouldn't have had to pit twice. So we'd have been pretty good. And I figured there were others. I thought maybe I had the gap I had because everybody had been saving the whole time because they were smart enough to prepare a little better. When I saw people start ducking off with 2 or so before that halfway point, I was thinking, man, we had this one in the bag if it went green, and then I knew it'd be tough to pass if somebody got to us. I was watching lap times with Joe when he'd get to open spots, and it looked like we were kind of mirroring. I'd beat him a little bit here and there when I'd push just to see where we were at, and I think we still could have hung on. It would have been fun to race him, but it didn't play out that way.
Well, a lot of people went several laps down during that caution. Some were already on pit road. Some had to, when you're on pit road, you have to make that choice right then and there. Do you take your pit stop or do you just go ahead and drive through, get yourself back on the track, come around, take it with you guys? Because sometimes iRacing does that where they force you to come down pit road because you took sometimes they get it right like NASCAR does, and sometimes they get it wrong. And Today I think I saw that where a lot of drivers went a couple of laps down because they had to come into pit road, do a stop and go, and then leave.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out in your favor. You drove it. This was your track. I think it was your race to lose, and you started fifth. To come out first, get a win here. That's great for your points. And going into Circuit of the Americas next week, what do you think that is going to bring for you? And do you think you got another setup for that?
I think I've got one in the bag for that one. I'm not. I turn left. I'll turn right to get to the racetrack, but for the most part, I turn left. So I'll just try and keep it on the track and salvage what we can. Winning tonight, locking us in. We were sitting pretty good on points, but just to have that assurance that we're safe heading into playoffs, that's huge. It kind of frees me up to, maybe drive a little less conservatively. Nothing. It's not in my nature to be overly aggressive, but it'll definitely help having that monkey out the back,
especially
getting the win.
Especially on tracks like a 1.5 mile track where you know that you can try to nudge yourself just a little bit closer, get those extra points just to have that cushion. But I completely get it. I understand that. I understand racing so much that I broadcast it on a virtual network. So it's just, I get it. I'm not the greatest racer in the world out there when it comes to being on iRacing, but I do get the strategy for sure. And you drivers, especially this week, it was a great race to be able to watch and be able to call. Gavin did a great job out there too. He was very competitive with you for a little bit, but lap traffic seemed like it was going to be, you lapped all the way to fifth. I mean, do you ever think to see that and 80 laps wasn't that much, but to be able to see the one caution and then to lap all the way to fifth, and you were closing in on Gavin and Bradley Brandon, and that's what I was getting at. Another 20 laps. Do you think you're lapping the field besides Joe?
I don't know. I know Joe got into it a little bit with Marshall late in the race. I heard it come over the radio, but I saw Joe's lap times kind of slow down a little bit after that. So he may have had damage that would have made that happen. But I know that, as those numbers get smaller, the number gets next to the driver gets smaller when you're coming around to lap them. They get a little more resistant to let you by. So I'd have been very, very safe and cautious through that. And, if I had to ride, I would have. I had the bubble. So the other thing was you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, I believe, in an interview with one of the other two, that everybody got at that Darlington stripe. And I'm proud to say that there's one time I visited the lady in black and left without the Darlington stripe.
Yeah, so, I was going to say you're the only truck in the field that I saw as I was going through my recollection earlier. I think it was I think all but one driver got it. I think you were the only one that didn't.
That's almost as awesome as the win right there, man.
I can understand that. All right, my man. Well, congratulations once again. Give your shout outs out there. First one of the season. And like you said, it does lock you into the playoffs, and I look forward to seeing those as well.
Awesome. I've got to thank the sponsors, YRD Designs. I used the heck out of your button box tonight, man. Thank you. DEP iRacing Paints. This guy is good. Check him out. He's on Facebook, Instagram. That's DEP iRacing Paints. I got to thank Team Conti, the teammates over here at GMS, and family, friends for watching. Thank you. And you for broadcasting. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's what I like to do. And thank goodness I have something like this to do it, because I don't know what I'd be doing with my nights now.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right, man. Dustin, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you at COTA next week, and I'll let you go for the night.
All right. Sounds good, Jason. See you.
See ya. Dustin Hall wins it here and does it in style, has a great drive off, wins by 8 seconds. Joe was trying to catch up to him, and maybe a little bit of contact, maybe a little lap traffic kept him from being able to be more competitive. But 17 laps to go with 5 seconds to get, as I was talking about earlier, that kind of almost made the bed, and just kind of worked at it. What a great drive for all of the drivers. They had a fantastic race. I like this race. This was a great race. But a big reminder to everybody out there, give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I would appreciate that. And quick reminder to each and every one of you to go out there and make sure you love somebody, hug somebody, or hug somebody you love. Don't just hug random people, because sometimes people might not like that. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy the Kickin Assphalt Truck Series. They're going to be back next week at Circuit of the Americas. A little road course action for them tomorrow night. We're going to be with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Truck Series. They've got a cause that they're working for. We'll talk about that tomorrow. eNASCAR Racing Association on Tuesday, and some more gaming and stuff throughout the week as I get prepared to bring all of my stuff out and do some stuff. We're going to be talking about a few things this week as well when it comes to gaming and streaming and everything that we're doing. And I look forward to being a part of that. Thank you to everybody out there for doing what you do. Of course, and always, I always say it, thank you to the sponsors out there. You've seen them scroll across your screen 100,000 times, but make sure that you go like and follow Reaper Speedlab, Team 126 Racing, Loose Diecast, Buttkicker, YRD Designs, U-Haul Moving and Storage, Ayers iRacing Paints, and Marshall Layton out there. Appreciate that guy, and appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I always say it though, but you know how I do it. Make sure that you, if I don't see you, make sure you have a good afternoon, good evening, and a good morning.